6 kilometers to the top of the mountain as VINGEGAARD has to freewheel into the hairpin. Such is the speed that he's got. Jumps out, starts to make a few legs hurt.
On to stage 7 of Paris-Nice, and time for the riders to return to action after an unexpected day off yesterday. Stage 6 was cancelled due to exceptionally strong winds. Today it's all about the GC battle as we head up the Col de la Couillole, the race's big summit finish. Race leader Tadej POGAČAR has a typically POGAČAR-like plan of attack.
The goal is to come to the finish line as quick as possible and try to win the stage. I want a hard race because I feel good, and yeah, I think the last climb is quite long, should suit GAUDU and VINGEGAARD more than me, but I think yeah, I can be confident and try to go for the stage.
His closest challenger is David GAUDU at just 6 seconds. Jonas is 46 seconds off the pace in third.
On part pas quand même battu, parce que si on part battu, c'est déjà se tirer une balle dans le pied, donc on sait qu'il est très fort, que c'est peut-être un des 3 meilleurs coureurs du monde. Faut rien s'interdire. On a vu que VINGEGAARD avait réussi à le déloger sur le Tour de France, donc voilà, faut rester lucide. Je dis pas que je vais réussir à le déloger, mais voilà, en tout cas, si on peut essayer, on essaiera, mais après derrière, ça reste POGAČAR et voilà, c'est un immense champion, donc il faudra avoir ma finale.
Today is very different than last year in the Tour, and we'll just have to see how I feel in the end, and I'll do everything I can to try to win to win the stage. To be honest, I feel like I've had okay legs, so hopefully again today, and yeah, I mean, we'll just see by the end of the day how everything is, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Today's stage starts in Nice, which also hosts Sunday's short but spectacular finale. There are 143 kilometres on the menu, with a warm-up on the long climb of the Côte de Tourette Château, almost 18 kilometres at 4.6%. It's then onto the main event, La Couillole, 15.7k at 7.1%, which could well settle the overall outcome of this 81st edition. "19 riders got into the day's breakaway, though they were down to 18 when Ineos teenager Josh Tarling, the race's youngest rider, unfortunately crashed out. Among the escapees were former Paris-Nice stage winners Søren Kragh Andersen and David de la Cruz, plus riders we've already seen in the breakaway this week: Hugo Hall, Lilian Kalmazan, Larry Warbasse and Pascal Encorn. Other big names including Niels Pollitt, Gregor Mulberger and Remy Cavagna, the highest placed on GC. However, UAE Team Emirates had absolutely no intention of giving them a big gap, keeping it steady for POGAČAR at just under 3 minutes. The riders blasting along at an average of over 40 kilometres an hour with the help of a tailwind. Astana then looked to up the pace in the breakaway, with De La Cruz and Javier Romo hitting the front as they came through the intermediate sprints. Kobe Goossens also getting involved. Ineos had taken it up in the peloton meanwhile, thinning out the main group and perhaps lining something up for Dani Martinez or Pavel Sivakov. Heading towards the final climb, the break was down to just 5 riders: Goossens, Romo, Pollitt, Encorn and Jeremy Cabot. The peloton still 1 minute 30 back as they hit the lower slopes.
The final climb of the day. There's the vital statistics. Big attack by Kobe Goossens. 15.7 kilometres, 7.1%.
The Col de la Couillole featuring on Paris-Nice for the second time after 2017. Goossens going solo as the peloton began to hoover up the rest of the breakaway. Tobias Foss, the world time trial champion, doing a fantastic job on the front for VINGEGAARD. The pace turned out to be too much for Martinez. He was dropped in spite of all that earlier work from Ineos. Further up the road, Goossens was joined by Romo, but the breakaway would come to an end with 9 kilometres still to climb. The favourites preparing to face off as Foss eventually handed over to VINGEGAARD, the Dane soon countering a move from Chris Harper.
6 kilometers to the top of the mountain as Vingegaard has to freewheel into the hairpin. Such is the speed that he's got. Jumps out, starts to make a few legs hurt.
But anything you can do, I can do better, said POGAČAR, and off he went. The yellow jersey hitting them hard, but not quite taking off into the sunset. The others chasing, getting organised, and GAUDU and Vingegaard had the strength to fight their way back to his wheel. The Frenchman then made his move, and it proved to be too much for Vingegaard. The Dane dropping back as the top two overall opened up a gap. Yates, Bardet, Mader and Paulus were fighting hard, but they wouldn't see the front of the race again. Vingegaard did though, showing great tenacity to catch POGAČAR and GAUDU just inside the final kilometre. The overall podium looking settled, but who would win the stage?
POGAČAR now races away in this stage of Paris-Nice. Stage 7, and POGAČAR looks around. He's going to fly his way to the finish. At the line, 2 for Tadej. He wins stage 7.
It was an almighty battle on that final climb, but once again POGAČAR showed he's the boss, taking his second win of the week on a summit finish and moving on to 53 career victories. The Slovenian is on course to win Paris-Nice at the first time of asking, and he'll be in familiar territory tomorrow on his training roads. The 24-year-old could theoretically go home with all 4 distinctive jerseys.
I think the first really hot day this year, and we were racing really full gas from the start, and yeah, Ineos did a big effort in the middle of the stage, and it was coming to the final climb. I think everyone was already a bit dead, and yeah, for sure today was one of the toughest battle between for the finish.
The top 4 on the stage, also the top 4 overall. Paulus taking an impressive 5th place to climb up the leaderboard, followed by Mader, Bardet, Sivakov, Jorgensen and Latour. POGAČAR taking his 7th win of the season, increasing his lead to 12 seconds over GAUDU. Vingegaard almost a minute back, with Yates slipping to 1:27. Paulus jumps from 9th up to 6th. Mads Pedersen abandoned the race today with illness, but even if he'd still been around, the Dane would have lost his green jersey to POGAČAR. He looks to have it sewn up, leading Olaf Koy by 12 points. Jonas Gregaard still has the polka dot jersey, but his lead has been cut to just 8 points now, with a maximum of 35 up for grabs on Sunday. POGAČAR could yet complete the full house. He also leads the youth classification by 2 minutes 32 from Jorgensen, with Kevin Vauquelin also crashing today and losing around 5 minutes. Tomorrow the race concludes with the traditional romp around Nice, which is always fast and furious. 5 climbs packed into just 118 kilometres, including the iconic Col d'Ez, before a sweep down to the finish line on the Promenade des Anglais. Do join us again tomorrow to see how it all shakes out, and thanks for watching.